Thanks for tuning in. I'm Kim Stanley and you're watching Cox Connections only on Cox 9 Roanoke. Cox Enterprises launched Cox Conserves in 2007. The company's national sustainability program is designed to reduce Cox Enterprises' carbon footprint by 20%. The program reduces energy consumption by embracing alternative energy, conserving natural resources, and inspiring eco-friendly behavior. All of Cox Enterprises' major subsidiaries, including Cox Communications, participates in the program, and we encourage our employees and their families to engage in the same eco-friendly practices at their homes. Here to tell us more about Cox Conserves is Steve Waterman, manager of Cox Communications Virginia Service Assurance. Steve, good to see you.
Good to see you.
A lot going on at Cox.
There sure is.
I tell you, and I'm also part of Cox Conserves, so I have a passion for it as well. So talk to us a little bit about the steps that Cox Enterprises is taking, through Cox Conserves and to better our carbon footprint.
Sure. What we've done, Kim, is we've formed local committees, and it's strictly on a volunteer basis for people who are passionate about the environment and reducing carbon footprint. And we look at opportunities within our markets and within our systems to be able to reduce carbon footprint. It could be individual depending upon the system and the locality.
Okay. And speaking of markets, we'll talk about Roanoke.
Sure.
So what are some of the things that Cox Conserves Roanoke is doing, and as well, really across Virginia?
Sure. One of the things we're most proud of, Kim, is that we started actually here locally in Roanoke about 3 years ago, our idling reduction program. One of the things we find in this type of business in serving our customers is that we do need to be in the customer's home, and we need a fleet of vehicles to be out there to do that. So it was a ground-up opportunity for us in 2008 when our teams started to recognize the fact that idling uses fuel, and fuel in turn impacts the environment when you burn the fuel from the carbon footprint perspective.
And idling's just letting the car or the van or the truck sit there and run.
Exactly. Okay. Exactly. So what the team did is they looked at the hours that we were actually idling and leaving that vehicle running while we might be servicing at a person's home or doing an installation. And
you guys, I think, got some recognition even outside of Cox for that program.
Yeah, we sure did. We've won a local award here through the Roanoke Valley Cool Cities Coalition. And we're extending that program that we started here throughout the state. So what we hope to do, Kim, is to be able to have the other markets model what we did. We were able to reduce our idling hours from about 400 hours a month here in Roanoke to less than 10. And that's for the entire fleet. If we use that in Virginia, we should be able to save around 750 tons of carbon over a year's period of time.
Wow, that's phenomenal. In addition to that, it's also a cost savings for the businesses that do it.
It's a cost savings for the businesses, and certainly helps the environment as well. The other unique thing about our program is that because we're using a GPS type of system to monitor our carbon usage and idling, it allows us to be able to see where the vehicles are located, and becomes better for our customers because we can respond in a more timely basis, and that cuts down on travel time as well.
Right. Well, in addition to internally focused, Cox Conserves focuses externally with a program called Cox Heroes.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that program.
Sure. Cox Heroes is an awards program that was created by Cox Enterprises and the Trust for Public Land. And really the premise behind that, Kim, is to award individuals who are like-minded in protecting the environment, looking at opportunities to save land or work through resources that are able to do that.
That's great. That's great. And then how can viewers get information about Cox Heroes? Because it is recognized.
Yeah, the timing is great for that, Kim, because one of the things that will be coming up is a nomination process that will begin in February of 2012. And you can visit the CoxConservesHeroes.com website. It will give instructions on nominating an individual. The individual should be on a voluntary type of basis, and that would allow us the opportunity to look at the nominations, and there will be a local Roanoke person that will be represented across the state and has the possibility of winning an award.
That's great. And then Cox Conserves Virginia is doing some other great things too. We've got some other initiatives out there. I know e-waste has been one of the big ones for us.
E-waste has been a great thing here locally. We've led that, and we're also working on some building management initiatives to reduce energy in our buildings by baselining our usage of electricity and gas usage.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And then I know you spoke to how our viewers find out more about Cox Heroes, but also Cox Conserves. They can go out and visit a website.
They can visit the coxconserves.com website and gain more information about what we're doing here, both locally and nationally as well.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right, well, Steve, good to see you. Thanks for being on the show.
Kim, always a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Before you go, I want to personally thank you for choosing Cox Communications for your entertainment, information, and communication needs. We know you could have chosen another provider, but because you chose us, we promise to provide you with quality products backed up by a talented local team of professionals. I'm Kim Stanley, and I'll see you next time on Cox Connections.